you have to be able to develop a technology that integrates well with the social ecosystem, and that has a very sophisticated understanding of the people who are going to use the technology, their political expectations as well as social cultural expectations. So that is fundamental. Now, having listened carefully, I've been trying.
Can I ask how you deal with the notion of disruptive technologies in that framework?
Yes, disruptive technologies are important if they reorder the power structure.
Right.
But more often than not, when you are dealing with ecosystems like Kokompe and the rest of it, it's quite a flat system. So the power structures are not hierarchical to begin with. You see, disruptive technologies, whether it's cloud computing in the sense of Facebook or Twitter, or some biohacking in the form of some kind of biotechnology company, you are trying to reorder what power structures already exist, and that's why it's disruptive. When you have a very flat organization like a social community of technicians, which is what Kokompe is, the last thing you want to do is to introduce something that clearly will be expelled because it interferes with their own organic process of dealing with things. So you mentioned trust, and the thing with trust, the way I understand it, is that at the first level, it's very bottom up. It takes a long time to develop trust relationship or trust building relationship amongst people, and it starts from very basic precepts that gradually then builds organically. You can't go and introduce or superimpose some giant technology skill on these people and assume that will replace the existing organic structure that has developed over time, because eventually what will happen is that it will fail to find roots in that system. So if people still trust their fitters to the extent that they are going to still call their fitters and ask for a code, and what you're going to introduce requires that people in this particular community, these technicians, still have to commune among themselves to come up with a price, then whatever you develop will essentially be redundant, unless you prepare up to a certain point to break down organic linkage. So for instance, you say, okay, let everybody quote a price, and then so it's a bidding exercise then, it's an auction exercise. So I want to find out what the price of a shock absorber is, and I send an SMS to a short code, and then the short code distributes the SMS to everybody who sells spare parts. And